It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we're in for a show from Anthony.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time.
They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3 or 4 yard gain on first down. They moved the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted, many times to probe and find some holes.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. Hillman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Touchdown! A great play there. With touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Texans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays, and the result, a Houston touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 50 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
He's off to a great start here in this first quarter. It seems like this defense is probably going to have trouble containing him.
I would agree with that. I love the observation. And here's the thing. Their game plan
puts it on the carpet. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. And the goal, it's still trailing. It's 7-3. Sunday able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
And simply put, partner, we're witnessing one of the best offensive players in the league so far this season. What he's been doing has him second in rushing across the NFL, and the top spot is clearly in sight. He's confident. His blockers are confident. He's having a heck of a year.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there.
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The Texans at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. That'll be caught. Wallace hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Richardson to throw off play action. Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. Laying himself out in the end zone. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
For Foster, the receiving numbers last week, 10 catches, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
On second down, it's Vaughn. Now he's free at the 35, and they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 19-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Well, this run defense gets an F so far. They're letting this guy carve them to shreds in the first quarter of play. He's already hit the 100-yard mark.
On first down, Hurts got his man. It's Williams. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing is Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Falcons! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll run with Hillman here to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34.
I would say just add that one to the total of big plays he's already made here in the first month of the year. You've got to think the front office and the coaching staff have got to be excited about what they've seen so far and really excited about what they expect to see down the road.
Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
33 yards that time.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now, he's absolutely shredding them.
Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
It's a well-designed play here. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They're all going to run deep routes to put pressure on the safeties. And then they let their tight end cut his route off a little shorter and work toward the middle of the field. That's a difficult route to try to defend.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll run here with Hillman. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Again, it'll be Hillman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good one.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Second down and 4. Hurts sets up to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't go.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't really end up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Houston set to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They go play action with Richardson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Richardson off the play fake. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Vaughn. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Hurts to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career. And that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that. And even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
Here's 2nd and 10. Off play action, Richardson. Got his man there, it's Wallace complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Play action. Now Richardson rolling to his right. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff ready to go. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play? He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
Well, you certainly have to give him a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here comes third and the length of the football. They'll try and run for the first with Hillman. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hillman again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Returning from his end zone is Barner. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free possession game.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Running behind center with Vaughn. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Looking to throw. That is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Second down. Here's Hurts.
Open man. This is Lewis.
Now he's into the clear again.
Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 69 yards.
And the Falcons have got it back to within a score.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get two and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Texans offense set to regain possession.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they can run ragged throughout.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
He's able to find Wallace. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still second down.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
He finds his man complete. It's Wallace. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Another carry here for tonight's workhorse. It's Hillman. And he'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 2.
The middle, Hillman. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. QB sneak, Richardson. And boy, that's going to be close. He didn't get much at all there, but he got the first. Looked like they might have held him defensively, but the referee signals it will be a first down. Only needed a few inches to pick it up and get behind your center and burrow forward like he did.
And remember what the GMs have told us? We build an offensive line starting with our center, the guy who can make all the line calls and also move those big defensive tackles in order to pick up first downs.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Richardson to throw. They go to Hillman on the screen. Touchdown, Texans! From 4 yards out. And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And here now come the Falcons. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
This is Hillman on 1st and 10. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25. The Falcons offense set to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling.
Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Foster. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task, but that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Hurts throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Second down and 6 now. Back to throw again. Hurts fumbles it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
No surprise, they try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get
right?
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
And that one results in 35 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big 4th quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. Drops it off for Hillman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Richardson to throw off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jackson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Back to the air with Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No return here for Barner. It's a touchback. They'll start at the 25.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll check this one down to Vaughn. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. But this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
On first down, Hurts. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got Lewis. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
This 2nd and 4. Here's Hurts to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Vaughn. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Foster. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National